Historical Racing. I'm your friendly commentator and Man in Tights, hosted by Highlander and the HAB race crew. This is a historic race for cars of the cult classics. So we have so one person's really leaving us. Not a problem. We have historic cars of all manner, shapes and sizes. We have the M3 Sport Evolution, the Delta Integrale, the 991 Turbo, 2 Golf Mark 1s there. And hopefully the gentleman will be joining us soon. Max Diner taking the touring route around the circuit, shall we say, around turn 1. And the room host, Mr. Highlander, is now ordering everyone to track, so hopefully we'll be good to go. Yeah, that's the sound of that 911. We're trying as best I can to get a few action shots as we go, but bear in mind I don't have the full power of Gran Turismo Polyphony live events, so I'm going to make do with a pad. But we'll see as we go. HCB once again instructing drivers that we drive clean, we don't corner cut, and we try not to contact as much as possible as you know. All cars are coming to track then. HAB is now clicking the start button. Well, look at this beautiful field we have here. The M3 is taking the leads, both M3s. Even 1, 2, 3 of the M3s, followed by a Delta, Golf and Stratos Pantera. 911, a Delta, Golf 1 and 2 911 bringing up the rear. They're all flashing the lights saying they're good to go. They're waiting for the gantry. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and we're off. It's a good solid start by both the cars. There's a bit of jumbling at the background. As they're all piling down to the line. Oh, there's a bit of jostling at the first corner. We'll see what happens there. Just the cars are now getting into position now. They're just starting to get those first few nerves off. It's a bit of bumping, but once again, bumping is racing, and we are going through. So Merlin Richards takes the lead, followed by Max Donner, Nova Morse, Viscous, EFC, Will Fieldman, Indian Spinner, MGB, HAB, Fiescott, Rob Bradford, Ask Creature, and Rob Bradford bringing up the rear. So if we can't get the timings to change for me. Quite close to each other at the moment. No internal cams. Lovely. So we'll have to do this the hard way. So as we go over, Merlin Richards is now round the Essex, and he is powering down to the first chicane section. Max Donovan is closely following behind him, followed by No Remorse and EFC. India Spinner there is trying to dive up the line. Let's have a look, see how they get to this big stop. This is generally where a lot of overtaking manoeuvres happen, and mistakes can also happen here. India Spinner looks like he's going to dive up the inside there. He's going to get pushed out, and he's going to bump into Will Philman for his front. These drivers are getting rather tasty with each other. And they're all powering down the line. Let's go back up to the front. Merlin's now got a commandable lead of 1.4, followed by Max Donovan, who's only 0.7, and EFC to 0.1. They're going to come diving into the corner again. 3 abreast into turn 1. That's generally going to be misery for somebody, because especially at turn 2 where it all tightens up, these 3 cars are going to go side by side. MGB now getting involved in the action with Indio Spinner. There goes a wayward cone. And they've all got through there nice and cleanly, and we have a spinner in the background. As Preacher and Rob Bradford have had a bit of a tussle together by the look of it. Hopefully they'll be able to get back up to the field. AJB is at the back of the pack, back of the train, but he's in a perfect position to pick off any stragglers that get caught up in the melees that comes to the hard braking point down to the first hairpin corner. Up to the Schumacher uphill S's. These are very demanding of a driver. It takes a lot of power and commitment. One line, you get your wheel of that sand and it's goodbye engine. So then we come up the hill now. A quick dive hill, then it's back up the hill again. India Spinner is off and he's taken... Oh, that was so close. Lost all his power though, so up goes past Wills. Scott is also going to have a take a look. They're going to get rather feisty into the back end chicane. Again, getting back in down to the line. Let's have a look back up the front, see how our winners are doing, our leaders are doing. Merlin's got a commandable lead now of 2.4 next to EFC, who is only 0.2 behind Max Donovan. Is now going to probably take a look at the first corner. Stay with it. And they swoop into the first corner. Max thinks better of it, holds off. He's going to try and get a better drive out. Oh, was there a bit of bumping and barging back there? That's still that mid-packer fighting for every inch in every corner. Max down there just teasing that BMW through those corners. This mid-pack is where it's all going on. Will Philman and No Remorse leading it, and Indio Spinner is then becoming the backstop of this big long train. Will starting to break away from him. V Scott is trying to line him up for the big stop down at the hairpin at the bottom end of the track. Is he going to take a dive? He looks for it. Oh no, he thinks better of it. Some firm, robust defence by these drivers. He's going to tuck back in. It's suicide to try and overtake these Schumacher S's. So up to the crest of a hill, they all line up once again. You can overtake here, but you need to have superior confidence in your car. Scott is looking for it. I can tell he's looking for it. So they'll come to the big break corner again. Still Merlin, which just leads the line now. Next to EFC, Max Dono, Will Fieldman, there's the one there. No, Morse is up there. Yeah, there he is. By me. By the Indian spinner, Scott, MGB, Highlander, Rob Bradford, and Asprey Jet. Bringing up the rear there. But he's not giving up. You never give up on this track, even though there's 3 laps to go. There's still plenty of time to maybe pick up a few brownie points. Rob Bradford is powering along now, trying to catch up to the field. He's actually on top of Highlander. That's a good recovery drive from what seems to be an accident around about turn 3 about 2 laps ago. Highlander and Valencia Stratos. Sounded a bit bumpity back there. I didn't hear no collisions, but drivers are doing good. They're pushing on. Scott is now well in the mix of India's spinner. MGB is following right behind him. This mid-pack field is where the racing is at. Will Fieldman is trying to hold the line. Now Will Fieldman is now becoming the cork of the bottle, where No Remorse is broken away, is 1.1 seconds in front of him. Max Down is 2 seconds in front of him. EFC 1.7 and Merlin Richards 1.6 at the field lead. Let's get back down to the field race here, where all the racing's happening at the mid pack of the field. MGB's pushing hard, and we have even Highlander and Rob Bradford is now getting very, very tasty for that position. He's looking for it. Is he going to be sending an invitation at the chicanes at the top of the field? We'll have a look. Oh, a bit more argy-bargy by the look of it. Oh, hang on. Oh, going the wrong way. Oh, India spinner and Will getting a little bit argy-bargy there. It's going to be 3 abreast coming up to the big stop at the chicane. And they squeeze on through. They're going to push on through. Will Fieldman actually has managed to break a bit of a lead there. Don't know whether India had a bit of a problem, but he seems to be a little bit squirrely now under the brakes. MPP sat prime there, waiting to go as well. Rob Bradford had managed to overtake Highlander, and we missed that part, but the overtake had happened. A quick check of the mirrors to make sure Highlander's back there. Is he going to try anything? Coming up to turn 1, this is generally where some fun happens. Scott has now got in front, and that was a bit of a punt there by India spinner there. It was a bit of an aggressive move, especially at turn 1. Also another car there, I think it was MGB, went flying off the track at turn 1 as well, but he managed to recover it quite well. This midfield battle is where all the action is at the moment. Going back to it then, Scott is now looking for Will. Will's getting a little bit squirrely and sideways. It looks impressive, but it's not fast. I think if he goes squirrely again, Scott's going to have him. He's going to have him on the drag. There's nothing splitting these guys. Scott's going to have to take a lunge down the inside of the line and actually stake his place. Yep, and Will Fieldman wisely gets out of it. India then is trying to push on in. It's going to become 3 abreast. That will not work. Especially come to the Schumacher S. Someone's going to have to give. Someone's going to... Oh, boys. Hold on to your butts. This is going to get nasty. Oh. As they're climbing up the hill, they're pushing on in there. Scott is still refusing to let go of that spot. India spinner is pushing on hard. With MGB, and Scott is off the road. He's been punted as well. I think that was by India spinner. I'm pretty sure that was Indio Spinner. There's going to be a few words there, I can guarantee that. Bob Bradford and HAB have picked up MGB as well for the race for the line. Staying with it as they push on through. MGB in the Pantier, I do believe that is. Lovely looking car. So the field now begins a bit more spread out. We can actually take a breath into the final lap we go then. Final lap we go. So in the lead we have EFC. When did he overtake Merlin? Oh no, they're battling right now. So this is the battle for the lead. So Merlin, Richards and EFC, both at Lancer, Delta Integrales, both using the Martini style paintwork. But they are going to be battling out for the top spot, so we might as well stay with this. EFC has done a massive drive then to be able to catch this up, to turn this lap around. But he is giving it all he's got now. These boys are definitely giving it all they've got. Coming down to the confidence brakes, just a quick tap of the brakes, tip the car in. EFC's car looks a lot more composed when Merlin's is squirreling around on the tyres. EFC is there waiting to pounce. Surely he had a better drive out of that corner, so that's it. He's going to show Merlin that he has the line. He's going to dive bomb him onto the brakes. Here we go, rounds for hairpin. Is he going to close the door? They're side by side, they're close. They certainly are close. And Merlin just manages to stay out the kitty litter. Come to the Schumacher S's at the top of the hill. Merlin once again, his car swirling all over the place. EFC's car looks far more composed. But these two are going for the lead. They have dropped Max Donor. Stay with these guys now. Merlin drifting that car like a champion, but I'm not sure it's the fastest way to get around the circuit, as they once again they exchange a bit of paintwork. What are they going to do then? Who is going to be the last one to blink as it comes up to the top of the chicane? EFC is going to have all the drag and all the speed, but can he convert that into a decent braking? Or is he just going to tuck on in? He's going to let it roll out. He's going to get all the speed from this corner now, and that's it. He's going to dive it up the inside. He's going to hold Merlin off now. He's going to have the inside line and all the drag, but Merlin's going to try and drift that. It's going to be close to the line. It's going to be super close to the line. They are side by side, pushing for everything that they've got, and it's Merlin takes the lead, followed by EFC. Max Dono looks like he's going to come in second, followed by No Remorse. Indio Spinner, Will Fieldman, Rob Bradford, then next down the line, Merlin, MGB, and HAB Fiescott, and Ass Creature unfortunately couldn't recover from that lap 3 incident. He's rounding out the house on 11. So that was race 2 actually, because I missed race 1 because I was playing with my settings. So well done, Merlin. Well done to all the races there. They're part of a quick chat with each other. As we welcome all the drivers in. And HAB has indicated to the drivers that we are changing track. I do believe that we are going to Suzuka next actually. Just send everyone a message. A good race, caught all the action. Yep, we're off to Suzuka. We're at noon, 3:45, and the weather is fine. Ask if Highlander wants to have a quick interview. As the drivers are now starting to get their get this excitement out there, they're just shaking themselves down now. So Nova Morse is going round the S's. As he goes round the long left-hander into Degner 1, quickly followed into Degner 2. Nova Morse is going in now, he's tipping in fast. So that's Degner 1, and he is sliding and he's in the litter. Then he's off into Degner 2. MGB is now on track. Pantiero's got his lights up. Fired closer by Indio. So Vicious VF1. Vickers. Let's say Vickers. He's in the Porsche. Got off after 9.1 turbo. It's a sound of that engine. It's weird how in the spectator when we're not racing I can go inside the cabin, I can look around the car. Not a problem. But in the race it wouldn't let me do it. The buttons were disabled. Thank you, GT. It looks spectacular, I must admit, but it's not fast going around the corners like that, Vickers. You might want to re-evaluate that car and also get that indicator off. I think Vickers is going to be retiring that car in. Okay, cool. Richards has left the room, so that's the previous race winner has left the room. That's be a bit of a cat amongst the pigeons. So Nova Morse is now on his first flying lap. Let's stay with him then. Let's actually go internal with him. Going up to turn 1. This is going to be a quick tap of the brakes. Control the car, control the first part, and ooh, that's not a good way to start your opening lap. Your opening gambit. He's fighting that car, he's fighting all that power. Stay with him. He goes for the first S, into the second S. Now that car is looking really understeery. It is not liking the change in elevation there. There's a one there, and then he's going to try and tuck it up. Holding on to that car for grim death. Up over the long left-hander where rest in peace Jules. You'll always be remembered for that corner. Now into Degner 1. Tap the brakes, throw the car in. Pray the car grips, get ready for Degner 2. There's a cone up the track now that might interrupt the grip. It just about holds on to it. Then over to Dunlop hairpin. They're going to spot the braking. He's a bit early into the apex, so he's going to have to wait now. That's it, he's back on the power. And then this frustratingly long right-hander now. For people who are steering wheels, it's not so bad, but people who play pads, this is the worst corner in the whole game of Gran Turismo because you have to keep tapping that pad. And to spoons. He can't hold it, he's got to come off the gas. Bit of an aborted lap there, but we are still looking at just hitting the 5 minute mark now as it comes to the 130R. Now, will this car grip through 130R, or is it a lift, or is it a brake? It's a brake. It's got the brake. It's gripping on. No remorse is literally living up to his name, but no remorse through these corners. Fishing into the chicane. There's a lovely hairpin. The Ferris wheel, sponsored by Coke Zero. Hey, who would know? And his lap of 2 minutes 30, so that's 5 minutes complete race time. So 2 minutes 30 is his time. No one else has been able to get close so far. India is 4 seconds off the first sector. The drivers now putting in their laps. No remorse, it's still pushing on hard. No remorse has managed to get that car out of that lap and get it flying straight away. HAB, Mr. Highlander is now on track as well, just installing his laps. So Dr. Harsh is now, his 911 Turbo, managed to take Sector 2. His Sector 1 time was very close. He's not the fastest of all though. He is the fastest of all, so why is that not purple? I wonder how that is. And his lap times are now tumbling away from no remorse. He did have the fastest lap, but India Spinner's looking good. As India Spinner gets 2:36, that's actually 6 seconds off the pace, so apart from Sector 3, where he was the fastest of all. Let's find Dr. Hash. There he is. He's now going through 130R. We're going to have all the info that we can. It will permit us to have. So his lap time he has. There's 5, 4, 3. Can he make it to the line? 2. Oh, yes, he does. So Dr. Hash now takes the fastest time with 2:28.47. Not bad going there, though. His Sector 1 was not so fast. Still green, fast sector for him, but not yellow. Didn't go purple in it, which is weird because no one's gone purple in Sector 1. Good work, GT. Good work. The 41-1 goes to Rob Bradford in Sector 1. Actually, so this man is currently the fastest person through Sector 1. No one completes another lap. He did improve slightly. But certainly Dr. Hash is now on the warpath now with Sector 2, 3 and 4. All the fastest of the lot. Showing no signs of slowing down. That was not a good lap. He seems to have fallen off his pace a little bit there, so let's go back out to the actual track and let's see what we have. We have No Remorse once again, still running around in his lovely BMW M3. India still in the Golf. That's Creature trying again with his BMW M3. He got caught on lap 1 of the last race. Oh, that's a beautiful 365 there by Mr. Highlander's driving. Not too sure about the paint scheme though, but we'll let you have it. Vickers in his Delta Integrale. EFC in his BMW Grand Prix now getting held up by India, which isn't the most optimal way of doing things, especially when you're just trying to qualify here. You're not racing, boys. You're not racing, boys. Why fight each other? You're just qualifying. This is going to get nasty soon, I can see. You're just destroying each other's times there, guys. India there was harshly bunted up the track, but once again trying to fight when it comes to timing, especially when this is a reverse race grid. No point. MG in the lovely GTO there. Thanks for ruining my lap. Yeah, I guess India's throwing his toys at the pram a little bit there. So Max Donner and a few drivers there. This is running off the fastest lap times at the moment. This is why I'm not getting an accurate. We're going to try and stay on with HAB if we can, get inside the cockpit. We've got our classic Ferrari cockpit there, the big wheel. So this will be my one final race of commentating, then I want to get involved with the race as well, so we won't broadcast that then because I am a disgrace. What was that? That was not clever there, Nova Morse. That was not a clever thing to do, especially to the race admin. Yeah, I think he's going to be having a few words with that. Highlander is going to just get into his race start there. I mean, all this is generally meaningless because we do reverse grids on these tracks, so it's just a shakedown to make sure the cars are good. No, Morse is battering his car here and everywhere. It's Pete Sports. He's in a 365 too. Everyone to track, the marshals are being set to race. Here we go, we've got a few people waiting. Dr. Hash is now waiting, Nova Morse is waiting, Rob Bradford is still powering along the track. The race has been called, so 8 seconds. Headlights are full ablaze on this bright day. Nope, not allowed in there, but Dr. Ash is now in the first, followed by Pete Sport, Vickers, Ass Creature, Feescott, HAB, MGB, Rob, Will, India, Spinner, Max Donner, Nova Morse, AFC. So we're coming out the first corner. Dr. Hash has already got a commanding lead there, followed closely by Pete Sport. HAB is in second place, followed closely by Vickers of the VF1. Rob Bradford then takes 5th, Ass Creature 6th, Indio 7, Will is 8th, Max is 9, Fee is 10, Remorse is 11, EFC is 12, MGB 13. Dr. Hash is getting that car off squarely. Once again, it looks impressive with Porsches, but it's not the fastest way to get around the circuit. But then again, what do I know? Because he is absolutely leading the field of front. As you come around the top into Degner 1, Dr. Hash then takes the corner, tips the car in, gets back on the accelerator, tips the car in again for Degner 2. Looks like we're all okay at the moment. There's no bumping and banging going on. The cars come ploughing down the field over the back there. Let's get to the back lines. We're all still running. As Creature and MGB battling for the wooden spoon back there. So let's try and get back up to where some action is, shall we? Let's get back up to Dr. Hash. He has 1.5 in front of Pete, who is 0.6 behind HAB, in front of HB. HAB 0.5 in front of Vickers. Vickers is now going to be losing that spot because he is currently out in the... Yep, and I think Vickers might be retiring the car. No, he's going to battle on. Is there something wrong with that car? Is Vickers decided to call it a day? What you doing, Vickers? He's getting out his phone, he's texting somebody, I reckon. Well, let's get back to the race, see what's going on. Ash Creature also just found his window wipers. I don't know how he managed to do that. MGB is currently then battling for 11th. Then Fiescart 2, No Remorse. EFC is in 8th. Indio 7. Max Donner is 6th. Will is 5th. Rob Bradford 4th. HAB in 3rd. Pete Sport GT in 2. And Dr. Hash with a commanding lead of 3.7 seconds in that Porsche 911. Everyone's running a whole variety of tyres here. ABS is on the race start, wasn't on in practice. I'm pretty sure it was. You might have turned it on your settings, but I'm not going to be done. Not saying you're wrong, of course. So Dr. Hash is commanding lead of 4.5 seconds. He's a one-man horse to himself, so we're going to head back down the field a little bit. What happened to HAB? What happened now? I was too busy looking at the different screens. He's dropped from 3rd all the way down to 12th. Surely he can't have got mugged that many positions. Let's get back to the race then. Pete Sports in 2nd place. He's being chased down by Rob Bradford in the BMW. Followed closely by the other BMW of Will. Then EFC's BMW, followed by Max's BMW, India's BMW, and No Remorse's BMW. This is a bit of a BMW fest. Fiescart in the 307 GT, followed by MGB in the GTO. HAB in a 365, once again being chased by Ass Creature, who loves to have his window wipers on. I mean, he must be smearing a lot of oil over his windscreen by now, but he's got them wiping away like crazy. MGB now in the chicane, heading downhill for start-finish straight. Just holding off Fiescart. We're going to have a look at the front of the line here. And down they come as No Remorse is with Indio. Yeah, that's a clean overtake there into turn 1. Max Stone is next up on his list, and he's got his sights, he's got the bit firmly between his teeth there. His sights on Max Doner's rear BMW. Yeah, BMW power is well represented in this race. EFC is still powering away. Will Feldman trying to push on as well. So the good race here for the silver place is between Rob Bradford and Pete Sport. Pete's getting a little bit squirrely at Degner 1. Is he going to be able to contain that car again when it comes to Degner 2? Any sign of weakness, Rob Bradford and Will are going to be right up there. In fact, Rob Bradford's might be just showing his lights now. Just saying, hey look, I'm here. You don't want to be making a mistake around this corner. Pete then tries for the tight line. Rob's going to get wide outside line, but a little bit faster. As they all come powering around the Dunlop hill. Dunlop hairpin. The race is going pretty good. Dr. Hash has a commanding lead of 7.2. I'm not calling anyone a bit weird here, but unless that guy is super fast, that car is outpowering everything. So Pete Sport still tentatively holding on to that second position, but he's got Rob Bradford peering all down the back of this race. They're side by side now heading into the 130R. This is going to be a who blinks last wins. As they both go tumbling over there. It's going to be on the brakes. They're going to go 3 abreast into the chicane. This never ever bodes well. And that's effectively let EFC back into the race. It's going to give Pete Sport a little bit of breathing room as these 3 BMWs in the background squabble over who wants to fight for third place. EFC is going to be making a move on Will. He's looking for it. Will closes the door. Pete getting very wide off turn 1. That's going to take a lot of engine power there now. The BMW is going to be all over him once again to come to the S's, but luckily there's not much you can do around his S's. Max Donner has left the room. That's unusual because he was in the race, unless something happened to him or we had to leave. Will Feldman's still feisty and looking around the S's, trying to get around that. It's going to end in tears. Your best wise driver's choice, just wait for the S's to be finished with, then decide to do a manoeuvre. It may cost you time, but you don't want to be ruining yours or another person's lap. Will tips it into Degner 1 there, both side by side. Will, it's going to be on the outside of Degner 2. Pete might just shut the door on him. BMW power versus Ferrari power. As they clamber up the hill, that is a BMW sandwich with a Ferrari filling. That's a horse sandwich, as they say. I mean, that is a double decker. That is 2 slices of BMW, a Ferrari, and another 2 slices of BMW there. And they are. Pete Sport is definitely the cork in that bottle. As soon as he makes a mistake or drops the ball a little bit too much, you can guarantee all those BMWs are going to be flying past him. Staying with this race for as long as we can now. We seem to have dropped a bit of a midfield. Oh, Pete Sport wants to get in the gravel. Surely that's going to be it now. The BMWs, all of them are going to be able to just out-drag him up to 130R. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 BMWs. EFC Nova Morse, what are you doing? That was a little bit contacty there. What was going on there? I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but I don't think Pete's going to be very much liking of that. He's getting out the way of a circuit, letting the other drivers go by. That's very good of him. MGB, HAB. I've all clambered by. Sorry, right, did I just see somebody in the pits? Yeah, Vickers, I just saw that as well. That's going to be worthy of a replay, and I'm going to put that towards HAB to have a look at, because that was a little bit naughty. The race is still on. Dr. Hash has all of a sudden been caught up. I think he did, actually. I think he did a bit of a victory pit stop. I mean, that's a little bit cheeky of him to do that, and if that's the case, I would like to see his engine specs to make sure that he is not... So Will Fieldman, followed by EFC, has dropped No Remorse and Rob Bradford. They seem to have broken away from those two. MGB and HAB are still fighting around this corner. With 2 laps left to go, HAB is going to look up the inside of Spoon. Nope. MGB closes the door. Not today, son, not today. Pete Sport now on a recovery drive is now with that pack and Fiescott in the background. Let's stay with these 2 lovely old-fashioned Ferraris here as they power up the back straight towards 130R. Oh, looks like Highlander got it completely wrong around that chicane. And that lets MGB off the hook, and he proudly takes 6th place. We're into the final lap now. Dr. Hash, after doing a pit stop, I do believe, is already 3.7 seconds in the lead. Will Fieldman following 2nd place, EFC in 3rd, No Remorse in 4th, Rob Bradford in 5th, then MGB, Pete Sport, HAB, Fiescott and as Creature bring up the rear. God bless him, he's still trying, and that's where in the 2nd race when I'm going to join these guys, first part where I'm going to be in last place. But me and Mr. Creature can have a bit of a tussle between ourselves. Oh, No Remorse is losing it. He holds on to it, Mount Degner 2 there. But he's going to lose all of his power now. Surely... Hey, whatever happened to Indio? I didn't even see him. No Remorse once again. He's got it all squirrely around that circuit. EFC is effectively broken. Rob Bradford. No Remorse is closing in and behind there. Stay with these Ferraris as they're the closest in the battle. MGB is now heading towards start of Spoon, followed closely by Pete Sport and HAB. These 3 Ferraris are absolutely going toe to toe. We even have Fiescott in the another Ferrari there. So the Ferrari quartet back there, all battling away. They're going in. And the race is over, so Dr. Hash takes the 1st place, followed by Will. EFC, Rob Bradford then takes it. Morse, MGB. MGB is coming in 6th, is he? Is he going to come into the line? Yep, MGB, Highlander, Pete Sport, Fiescott. And bring up the rear. Still with his window wipers going, bless him. As Creature takes last place. So there you go then, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Hash is the winner there. I think you might have been looking at that. But there you go, I hope you enjoyed this historic race. And we hope to see you soon for another time. Thanks for watching.